What's up? This is a video that's been a long time coming. I'm gonna do my best to explain what lift is to the people that some people don't know what it means with cam lift and duration and all this, that, and the other, and what it does and how it affects the motor. And we're also going to talk about how to figure out what cam net you have. Piece of hair. This way, if you go and buy something and they bullshit you and tell you there's this hot cam in there and blah blah blah, you can figure out what it really is. Now, these numbers on here, all these numbers, do not mean shit unless it's another number and I believe it's a NR Racing. They'll put their own shit on there that says like Mongoose 272 or Rattlesnake 252. But Dynacam, I think Go Power Sports might mark them, but Dynacam will not mark their cams. All this shit right here is just casting numbers from the company that made the cam. Now, Dynacam doesn't make the cams. I think unless it's a bullet, bullet. Jesus Christ, a billet cam. What Dynacam does, they get all these cores from manufacturers or whatever, and they weld the lobes up and grind them to spec. That's all they do. Dynacam doesn't make the cams, and they purposely don't mark them. So, because like engine builders like to keep their builds a secret. Like if somebody was to get their motor and take it apart, they wouldn't know what cam's in it. But I'm going to show you how you can figure out the lift on your cam. And for people that don't know, I'm going to tell you what lift is. And we got a non-Hemi 212 stock cam. We got this is a CM265 Dynacam. It's a little worn, so our specs are going to be out a little bit because it's pretty beat up. This is out of my daughter's motor, so it got worn up pretty bad. And got a regular stock Hemi cam, which is pretty much going to be the same spec as that. But I'm going to show you. I got this out here on purpose also. What the hell I did with my rags? There it is. Alright. Now, the only tool you need for this really is a micrometer. This is interrupted by a phone call. Of course. Alright, so this is a micrometer. It's a digital one because it's easier for me to read because I'm retarded. You can get these at Harbor Freight. This is one from I use for reloading, because I used to reload my own ammo. I still do, but I haven't done it lately. But this is all you need. So, alright, we're going to show you how to do this. All we need is a calculator. It's my old phone. We are going to, let's turn it on, make sure it's in inches. We'll take the 265 cam. The first one you're going to measure, they call it heel to toe. This is heel to toe right here. The big end of the lobe. Here to here. This one's beat. So this one's beat more than this one. So we'll measure this one first. So we got one. Oh, fucker. And this thing is beat up pretty good. Alright. But 1.1. The hell was it again? 0.9. And now we're going to measure the base circle, which is here to here. We got point. Why the hell does this thing keep timing out? We're going to subtract 0.848. $261. So the closest thing this would actually could be is a 265 cam. This fucking thing's timed out again. Now you got to remember also, like the accuracy might that might not be good, but this cam is worn to shit also. This fucking thing. But that's how you do it. So you'll know what you have. So you know 261, it's right around a 265 cam. So let's try another cam. If I can. This fucking phone. Calculator back up. All right. Now stock cam. I don't remember what side is what. It should be around 236 and one should be around 225 or 224. That's generally a stock size cam. So this is a stock regular 212. So we're at 1.207 minus 0.989. And it says 218. My measurements was probably also, this is probably actually, it could be a 218. This is probably right around 223, realistically. We should have one closer to 230. So let's try the other lobe, because the stock cams aren't, I don't believe they're the same on both sides. I don't know how worn this cam is either. Alright, got 1.230, and we're going to subtract 0.991, 212. So one's probably closer to the actually, that's pretty fucking small. Look at this cam's worn. Let's see. I'm not really 100% sure. Holy fuck, that's a big difference. It's a stock Hemi. Let's see what the stock Hemi is. Them lobes are way bigger on the regular Predator. But that is a bigger cam. It is a different cam. So let's, we'll do that. These two are clone cams. This is a regular 212. So let's do, I'm real curious now. That one is 1.091. And we're going to subtract the base circle, which is 0.869. 222. Okay. So this is right around 223 lift, this side, which is pretty much where you should be. And I think this one will be right around 235, 236. So let's find out. That cam's different. That's a little weird. So we're at 1.088 minus our base circle. I can't stand that it moves every time I pull it off. 0.873. 215. So they're kind of right around the same. I guess they're a little smaller than I thought. So I don't know what they're actually really supposed to be. But stock cam is supposed to be like 225, 236. But our 265 cam came out pretty close. Which one was the beat lobe? This one's a beat lobe, so we'll try this beat up lobe real quick. This is supposed to be 265 also. 1.096 minus our base circle. 0.850. That's how beat. Jesus Christ. Look how beat that lobe is. That thing came out low as shit. It's supposed to be 265, but you can't really see it on camera. But that side's real beat. This thing is really beat up. And this side really isn't, so we'll do it again. .112 minus 0.849. 263. So it's still right around 265. But that just shows you how beat up that cam is. It's crazy, isn't it? Alright, I don't need this no more. Fuck out of my face. So now, some people don't understand that the Predator 212 non-Hemi is a different cam than the Hemi and the clones, which is the Hemi and the clone, they're the same cams as far as the cam journal. This is the cam journal. This side and this side. This side, this side. So, this is the difference, besides the lift being looking a little different. You got 555 there for the cam journal. It's a little bit bigger over there, but now we got a clone cam. See the size difference? It should be right around the same size here too. That's the difference with these, really. It's this. This is bigger on the non-Hemis. Every other motor, the non-Hemi Predator, or the Hemi Predator, I'm sorry, the 224 Predator, the Ghost Predator, all your 196 clones, no matter which one it is, and your Hondas, they all take this size cam. There's only two size cam journals. You got these, and then you got your non-Hemi Predator. So that's the difference with them. Now I'm going to try to attempt to explain lift to some people and duration. Let's see. One of these cams has a lot of duration to it. I believe it's this one. Okay. Now, right here, I'm just using this to point out. I'm not actually measuring. This little apex right here, see how short that is? That's a small duration right there. Now, look at the lobe on that. Look how the transition on that lobe right there is a lot longer. Let's see if this phone light will help. Yeah, it will, a little bit. This right here is a lot more progressive. It's not as prominent and pointy as this one. See how that one really doesn't have as much of a point to it? Right there. And this one is progressively longer, like up here. This is duration. Duration is exactly what it says it is. When you have a lot of duration, this is what the cam's going to look like. And essentially, it holds the valve open a little bit longer than a lower duration. This don't hold the cam open as long as something with high duration. Now, the Mod 2 cam, is a stock spec cam as far as the lift. But the Mod 2 cam, what they did was they lengthened the duration of a stock cam. They actually call it the cheater cam. So this area on the cam is going to be different. But essentially, a Mod 2 cam has the same lift as here and here. But it's going to have the duration like this. It's just going to hold the valve open longer. They made that to be legal for karting, because in karting, I don't know what class it is. I don't know nothing about karting. You weren't allowed to change the cam lift, but they made the Mod 2 cam. They call it the cheater cam, and they just added duration. So that's the difference between duration. You got a short duration right there. Valve's open shorter. It's not open as long. And you got this side that has a longer duration. The cam is open longer. So that's that. Wish I had other cams, but I don't have anything. I don't think I have any other cams to mess around with. Everything else is in motors. Alright, now ratio rockers. I do not have any out, but I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can. I don't know what the stock ratio is. Let's see. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to try to attempt to measure this. Just eye it up. Okay, this is right around the same, which means this is going to be a 1.0 rocker, which means what you see is what you get. If you have a 265 cam, this is going to, this is your pivot point or your fulcrum. When you say you have a 265 cam, you're going to have 265 thousandths lift. That cam was pushing up is going to push this down just about 265 thousandths. Now, let's pull that up on the meter real quick. No, this is not all real accurate, but it's close. Just to show you what's going on. Alright, we're just going to go with 266 because I'm sure I'm not going to get 265. This is a GX200 head. Took the spring out of one side. I'm going to open that valve up. I'm going to take this end, put it up against the valve, push it down right about, come on, go down. Right about down to that seat. When you have a 265 cam, we'll say 1.0 rockers, that's how much your valve is opening. You see that? That's valve lift. That's what valve lift's for. You're opening. Now say you have, we'll go with a 1.3, which is my favorite. A 1.3 rocker. Now, what a 1.3 rocker is going to be, this area where the push rod is going to be 30% shorter than this area. So it's going to be in this way more, which is going to increase, so we'll just say it's here. It's going to increase the fulcrum, your rock right here. So now the way you figure out your final lift is I'm going to open up there, motherfucker. I'll clear that out. Say you have a 265 cam, and we'll say 1.3s. If you have a 1.3 rocker, you're going to add 30%. So, plus 30%. Wait a minute. I fucked that up. 265 plus 30%. That's your final. Alright, had a visitor. Had to do little business transaction. Actually, I went to OMB and got somebody some stuff. Anyway, what was that? Was 265 cam with your 1.3 rockers. Your final lift's going to be 344. So our valve's still sitting at like 265 thousandths. We'll go up to, let's try to get that 344 in there. All right, 344. So now your valve's up way out there. It's a Braided Brown 344 thousandths lift. Oh, shit. It was stuck before. See how much more that valve sticks out? And that's where the problem with Hemi comes in, with big cams. The Hemi, it's coming in this way, so with all that lift, the probability of that hitting the piston increases. So, yeah, that's right around 344 thousandths. And 265 is like right down here. So that's how lift works out. Now, this is not 100% accurate what I'm doing, but this is explain how this stuff, how lift affects, the way the valve opens and how far the valve opens. So now you understand what the point is of having a high lift cam and stuff like that is. And also another thing is everybody thinks the bigger the cam the better. That doesn't necessarily always work out that way. It really doesn't. Do I know the perfect combo? No, I don't. I have no idea. Because I don't have a dyno. I know some stuff that works for me and some stuff that don't. I know people that love the Mod 2 cam. They think the power's more there than this 265. But like different combos, like different things. Different valve sizes, with carburetors, they like different things. Alright. I'm going to make sure I don't remember where the hell I was at. Yeah, so, that's your valve lift. Here, a mini bike. Yeah. So, when you have a 1.3 rocker, I'll stick that on there. No, I'll stick that on there too. I'm on you, Stunod. Like these plates right here, you're gonna have to remove that plate. If you have rockers like this, you got to get a different plate that's got notches in it. And it allows, because the push rod's going to be closer to this way, like that. You can barely see this shit. Let me increase my light. Your push rod's going to be like more over here, and it's going to hang up on here. But it is what it is. And just that rocker being shorter there, that little length right there it's gonna push that the distance between here changes. It's gonna push that valve in more with a ratio rocker. And so that's kind of how ratio rocker works. Like this is a 1.0, and that's where it would be. So let's go in here. Say that was a 265 cam. Now this at the same length, 265 cam with a 1.3. If it's over here, it's gonna push that valve down more. I got this push rod at the same length. We're just saying this is 265 cam doing this. 265 cam right there, and 265 cam Well, it just ain't working out right because of the pivot. Hold on. Alright. We'll say 265 cam there. And 265 cam there. We'll say it's 1.3. You see how it actually increased the lift. So you can increase lift with a ratio rocker. You don't necessarily have to buy a big cam. I mean, it's a cheap way. It's a cheap way to increase lift. And you can get these from OMB for $10 a piece. They're 1.3 and they're stamped. That's a really cheap, you know, power upgrade. It's just when you buy them, you gotta change this plate so this can the push rod can move freely in there. That's about it. I do believe I covered everything, because I kind of got interrupted here and there. But I'm pretty sure I covered everything. Let's see, we covered the cams, we covered how to measure them, covered duration. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so I gotta give a shout out real quick. My boy Brian, Jupiter Jack. I just got a bunch of parts for him. Check that out. Philly Mini Bike Mobbing. That is a badass shirt. I just picked up a bunch of parts for him at OMB, and he brought me this. That is nice. I love that. That's badass. So, shout out to Jupiter Jack. He's the fucking man. And that's probably going to be it for this video. Any questions? Let me know. I'll see. Suggestions? I'll try to do my best to explain stuff. Clean my hands up. Thanks for watching. A quick little thing I forgot to add because I kind of got interrupted too many times. What I want to tell you about the rockers, you got your 1.0 rockers. Let's just put that there for the hell of it, which is basically a stock. You're not going to get any more lift out of a 1.0 rocker. Now, that's just that. You got 1.1 rockers, 1.2 rockers, and 1.3 rockers. You probably figured this out for your own, but I just had to put it out there because I meant to say it. A 1.1 rocker, if you get it, you're going to add 10% to your lift. And then your final, you know, you add 10, say if you got 265 cam and you add 10%, that's going to be your final lift. Anyway, don't mind me. 1.2, you're going to add 20% instead. Or if it's a 1.3, you're going to add 30%. I just needed to put that out there because I totally friggin' forgot about to add that in. But that's how that's going to work out. It's that easy. So, just wanted to add that in real quick. Thanks for watching.